What if I told you there's a way to become the most unforgettable person in someone's life? To possess a magnetic allure so powerful that they can't help but think about you day and night, whether they want to or not. Imagine existing in their mind like a haunting melody that won't fade, a mysterious force that keeps drawing them back. They won't be able to place it, but they'll find themselves addicted to the sensation of wanting more. This isn't about cheap tricks or manipulation. It's about understanding the raw, untapped potential of human behavior. It's about tapping into the psychology that governs attraction and obsession and using it to become an irresistible presence in their world. We're talking about a deeper, more profound connection that transcends superficial infatuation. This is for those who want to master the art of influence, turning curiosity into longing and simple attraction into an obsession that they can't shake. As Nietzsche wisely said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This is the heart of what we're going to explore, the reason you must be the one they can't stop thinking about. Your why is the key to unlocking a deeper obsession, one that pulls them toward you with an intensity they can't ignore. Think about it. Just like a moth to a flame, they're drawn to you. Not just because of your light, but because of the mystery, the tension, and the promise of something more, something just out of reach. You have the power to become that enigma, the person who offers just enough to keep them coming back for more, while leaving them always wanting something they can't fully have. Obsession isn't created by giving everything away at once. It's an art mastered through a delicate dance of emotional connection, intrigue, and the unspoken tension that lingers between you. This process doesn't start with them, it starts with you. Why do you want to spark obsession? Is it love, power, or simply the need to feel irreplaceable? Understanding the why behind your desire for obsession is crucial, because obsession, when handled with care, can be a beautiful force. It binds people in a way that's hard to undo, but if mishandled, it can burn you both. So let's guide this force with intention and purpose, making it work to create a deep connection that reshapes their entire world. Picture yourself as the plot twist in their life story. They thought they knew what to expect, but you throw them off balance, keeping them hooked, making them crave the next chapter. The truth is, obsession is not something you demand. It's something you earn by creating an undeniable presence in their life. It's about being woven so deeply into their thoughts that even in the quietest moments, they can't escape the memory of you. Obsession is built not through grand gestures, but through small, purposeful actions that reflect their deepest desires. You become the person they think about when they wake up, the one they dream about when they close their eyes. The way you make them feel matters far more than what you say. By mirroring their desires, you reflect a version of themselves they long to become. And that, more than anything, is what they'll fall in love with. But understand this is not for the faint of heart. To truly master the art of obsession requires emotional intelligence, patience, and a deep belief in your own value. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In the same way, the depth of their obsession depends on the quality of the impression you leave. Each word, every gesture, every silence you share becomes a building block, carefully placed to create something undeniable. Imagine this. You are the rare jewel that no one can forget. You shine quietly, but with a brilliance that pulls them in, drawing them closer while leaving them wondering. You are the song that plays in their mind when they least expect it, the dream they can't quite reach, but desperately want to. When they look at you, they don't just see someone, they see possibility, a future, a sensation they can't let go of. This is the art of obsession. It's not about forcing attention. It's about creating an allure so strong that forgetting you becomes impossible. It's about amplifying who you are to such a degree that they can't help but be drawn to your energy. You're not trying to control them. You're becoming someone so deeply embedded in their thoughts that your absence feels like a void, a gap they desperately want to fill. But let's be clear, this journey is not just about them, it's about you. It's about unlocking your potential, stepping into your power, and becoming the person who is irresistible, unforgettable, and undeniably magnetic. The techniques we'll explore are not for the faint-hearted. They are for those who are ready to claim their place in someone's world, to make an impact that resonates long after they're gone. So take a deep breath and prepare yourself. We're about to dive deep into the strategies that will transform you into the version of yourself who commands attention, who leaves a lasting mark, and who becomes the center of someone's world. Let go of doubt and embrace this journey with everything you've got. You have the ability to create the kind of presence that lingers in someone's thoughts forever. With the right mindset and the right strategies, you can master the art of obsession, turning fleeting moments into lasting memories. And as you do, you'll unlock a strength within yourself that's undeniable. Now, I invite you to take action. Use the power of affirmation to align your mind with your desires. I am magnetic, unforgettable, and the center of their thoughts. Let this affirmation resonate deeply within you. Believe in it, own it, and step into the person who commands attention and leaves a permanent mark on the world around them. If you're ready to transform yourself and your relationships, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us on this journey. Together, we're creating a community of bold individuals who know their worth and aren't afraid to own it. Don't just watch, be a part of this transformation. Let's begin. Number 1. Whisper to their soul. Have you ever encountered someone who seemed to reach into the depths of your being, understanding you in ways no one else ever could? It wasn't in what they said or did, it was in the way their presence felt, like a whisper that resonated deep within you. They made you feel seen in a way that no one had before, as though they could touch parts of you that you'd never shared with anyone. This is the secret power of whispering to someone's soul, an intimate, subtle connection that transcends the surface and draws them into a world they can't escape. To make someone obsessed with you, you must bypass the noise and distractions of the everyday. It's about speaking directly to their soul, their dreams, their fears, their deepest longings, and reaching them in ways few others ever can. True connection doesn't come from bombarding them with attention or grand gestures. No, it's found in the quiet moments where understanding passes between you like a secret, one that only the two of you share. As the philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Imagine having the ability to color their thoughts with your presence, to leave an imprint on their soul so profound that it lingers long after you're gone. When you can do this, you don't just become someone they care about. You become a part of them, a force they can't escape, a whisper they can't shake. Whispering to their soul starts with the art of listening. Listening not just to their words, but to the spaces between them. Pay attention to the subtle clues they reveal through their body language, their tone, and the moments they allow themselves to be vulnerable. These are the keyhole glimpses into their inner world, the whispers of their soul that most people overlook. For example, if they talk about a past experience with a bittersweet smile, don't just acknowledge it, feel it with them. Respond with something like, "It's amazing how certain moments from the past shape us, isn't it? They're like pieces of who we are, forever etched in time." A comment like this doesn't just show you're paying attention, it shows that you understand the layers beneath the surface. Every interaction is a chance to plant seeds in their heart, subtle words and gestures that resonate long after the moment has passed. Think of it like creating ripples in water. Each conversation, each glance, creates waves that travel far beyond what's visible on the surface. You're not just leaving a mark, you're shaping their thoughts, embedding yourself in their mind in a way that makes them crave more. Notice things others don't, small, intimate details that reveal their true essence. Maybe it's the way they get quiet when they're lost in thought, or how their voice softens when they talk about something they're passionate about. When you reflect these unique qualities back to them, you show them that you see them, not just the exterior, but the deep, unspoken parts that make them who they are. In a world that's full of noise, you will stand out by being the one who whispers. Most people shout for attention, desperate to be seen. But when you choose to speak softly, to connect on a deeper level, you become a magnet. You become the calm amidst the chaos, the presence that draws them in without ever forcing it. This kind of connection is magnetic because it isn't based on demand or desperation. It's simply the energy of being understood. You become the quiet pull in their life, the source of warmth and light that they can't help but return to. It's not about trying to force yourself into their thoughts. It's about becoming the person who quietly belongs there, the one who feels like home. And here's the truth. This kind of connection doesn't fade over time. It deepens, like the roots of a tree growing stronger beneath the surface. When you become the person they turn to for comfort, clarity, and understanding, you don't just leave a memory, you become woven into the very fabric of their thoughts and emotions. To master this subtle art, remember the power of restraint. Be present, but don't feel the need to fill every moment with words or action. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply be there. Create a space where they feel safe to open up and be their true self, where your presence is enough to make them feel understood without you having to say anything at all. Like a lighthouse in a storm, your quiet strength will become the guiding force they seek when the world feels uncertain. By learning to whisper to their soul, you're not just leaving an impression, you're embedding yourself in the very essence of their being. They will think of you in quiet moments, replaying the things you said, the way you made them feel, and the rare connection they've found in you. This is not manipulation, this is mastery of the art of connection. When you see someone so clearly, so deeply, that they feel as though their soul has been heard, they can't help but be drawn to you. Here's your affirmation. I am the voice that lingers in their heart. Let this affirmation sink in and feel the power behind it. If you believe that your presence can leave a lasting mark, write it in the comments below. Step into this power and commit to becoming someone who whispers to souls and leaves a lasting, unshakable connection. This is how obsession begins, not in loud declarations, but in quiet, profound resonance. Have you ever noticed how the flame of desire burns brightest when it's fed with both heat and air? Relationships, like fire, need a delicate balance to thrive. Too much closeness smothers, too much distance extinguishes. But when you master the art of dancing between closeness and distance, you create a dynamic that captivates them, leaving them breathless in the tension you so skillfully orchestrate. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretations of them." Your actions and absences, your warmth and withdrawal, will stir their soul, not because of what you do, but because of how they interpret your movements. This isn't manipulation, it's the mastery of emotional rhythm, a waltz of connection and longing that makes you utterly unforgettable. The power of tension, a magnetic force tension, is the secret to obsession. It's the invisible thread that keeps them leaning forward, desperate for more. By skillfully balancing closeness and distance, you create a space where they yearn for your presence without ever feeling fully secure in it. You're not playing hard to get, you're becoming hard to forget. Think of this as a dance floor. You step closer, catching their gaze, sharing a moment of vulnerability so profound it feels like time stops. But just as they reach for more, you step back, leaving them suspended in the longing for what could have been. This isn't cruelty, it's art. They'll feel the warmth of your closeness and the ache of your absence, both equally magnetic and unforgettable. This trick is rooted in a profound psychological paradox. Humans crave certainty, but they're equally addicted to the thrill of uncertainty. When you give them just enough closeness to feel connected, but pull back just enough to create space, you trigger both their need for comfort and their hunger for excitement. It's a paradox they won't be able to resist, and you become the mystery they can't stop trying to solve. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Let them color their thoughts with your presence, thoughts of the moments you're close and the aching questions when you're not. This balance makes you unforgettable, a force that lingers in their mind, whether you're near or far. Imagine a magnetic field. When two poles are too close, they repel. When they're too far, the pull fades. But when the distance is just right, the magnetic force becomes irresistible. You are the magnet in their life, always close enough to feel your pull, yet distant enough to keep them chasing that connection. This tension doesn't just attract them, it keeps their thoughts circling you, trying to decode your every move. Like a skilled conductor of an orchestra, you set the tempo. Closeness becomes the melody, rich with connection and depth. Distance becomes the pause, the silence that heightens their anticipation. Together, they create a symphony of desire that leaves them spellbound. How to master the dance? To make this dance effective, timing and intuition are everything. When you step closer, make it count. Share moments of intense connection, meaningful eye contact, heartfelt conversations, or gestures that show your care. These moments should feel rare and genuine, creating emotional highs they'll crave. Then, without warning, pull back. Give them the gift of your absence, not out of cruelty, but to let them feel the space you leave behind. This could mean taking longer to reply, being less available, or simply retreating into your own world for a while. Let them sit in that silence, feeling the void where your presence used to be. But here's the key. The withdrawal must feel natural, not forced. If you pull away too dramatically, it might feel like manipulation. The goal is to create a rhythm that feels like a dance, not a game. When you master the art of closeness and distance, they'll find themselves caught in the emotional tide you create. One moment, they'll feel safe and cherished in your presence. The next, they'll feel a quiet longing for you when you're gone. This push and pull creates a depth of connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction. It turns you into a gravitational force in their life, someone they can't help but orbit around. This isn't about making them question your feelings, it's about making them question their own. They'll wonder why your absence feels so heavy, why your presence feels so essential, and in that wondering you become unforgettable. Mastering this dance requires both restraint and intention. It's not about playing games or being cold. It's about creating a dynamic that keeps them coming back for more, their heart tied to the rhythm of your connection. You are the flame and the shadow, the warmth they crave and the mystery they can't unravel. Affirmation: I am the perfect balance of closeness and distance, the rhythm they can't resist. Write this affirmation in the comments below and commit to embracing the art of emotional rhythm. Step into your power and let your movements linger in their mind like a melody they can't stop replaying. They won't just remember you, they'll crave you. Number 3. Be the puzzle they can't solve. Have you ever been captivated by something or someone that felt just out of reach, like a mystery waiting to be unraveled? The things we can't figure out, the puzzles we can't solve, are the ones that linger in our thoughts the longest. A book with pages torn out, a painting with hidden meanings, or a person who carries an air of secrecy. They don't just catch our attention, they hold us captive. This is the magnetic allure of mystery, and it's one of the most powerful tools you can wield. Imagine being that person, the one they can't quite understand, yet can't stop thinking about. The person who leaves them asking more questions than answers, drawing them in deeper with each passing moment. The power of mystery lies not in being cold or distant, but in revealing just enough to keep them intrigued, while carefully concealing the rest. As Rainer Maria Rilke said, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves." When you become the puzzle they can't solve, you tap into an irresistible force. People are drawn to what they can't fully grasp, and that's where your real power lies. The magnetism of unanswered questions. Think about it. When we can't figure something out, we obsess. A book with an unresolved mystery, a conversation that ends too soon, a person who feels like an untold story, they pull us in with every unanswered question. Being the puzzle they can't solve isn't about playing mind games. It's about crafting an experience so intriguing, so layered, that they can't help but try to figure you out. You don't need to be cryptic for the sake of it. It's not about withholding or playing hard to get. It's about knowing yourself so well that you only reveal pieces of your story, leaving gaps they long to fill. Share your passions, but leave out the backstory. Speak of your dreams, but never fully explain where they come from. Let your silences hold as much power as your words, leaving them guessing about your deeper layers. The power of presence with a touch of mystery. Picture yourself as a novel with missing pages. They can follow your story, feel the tension, the connection, but they'll never fully understand it all. They'll be drawn in by your depth, and the more they try to piece it together, the more they'll be pulled into your world. Your mystery becomes a constant presence in their mind, a puzzle they can't stop trying to solve. Think of it as a dance between revelation and restraint. Every time you reveal something new, you pull back just enough to keep them wanting more. It's not about creating frustration, it's about creating tension, a tension that draws them closer, making them crave the pieces of you they don't yet understand. It's like the moonlight over a vast ocean. At a distance it's beautiful and serene, but the closer they come, the more they realize how much remains hidden beneath the surface. The deeper they dive, the more they discover that there's always more to you than meets the eye. The art of restraint and control. To cultivate this magnetic allure, you must master the art of restraint. In today's world, where oversharing has become the norm, your mystery is a rare and valuable asset. Allow yourself to hold back, not out of fear, but out of intention. Let them lean in, ask questions, and wonder what lies beneath. The more you allow them to fill in the gaps with their own imagination, the more they'll become obsessed with discovering the real you. But here's the key. Your mystery doesn't mean detachment. It's about crafting every interaction with intention. Share pieces of your story, but don't give away the whole picture. Respond to their questions with thoughtful pauses, cryptic smiles, or intriguing hints that leave them pondering. Every time they think they're close to understanding you, they'll find there's always another layer waiting to be uncovered. Becoming a riddle they can't forget. When you hold your complexity with confidence, you become more than just someone they know. You become someone they admire, someone they want to decode. Each interaction with you becomes a piece of a puzzle they desperately want to solve, but no matter how hard they try, they'll never fully figure you out. And in that mystery, they'll find themselves captivated by you, not because of what you reveal, but because of what you withhold. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. When you learn to control what you reveal and how you reveal it, you demonstrate an inner strength that is deeply attractive. By mastering this art of restraint, you show that you are someone who values your complexity, your depth, and your boundaries. You are not just someone to know. You are a riddle, a puzzle they will never tire of trying to solve. Affirmation: I am the riddle they can't solve, the mystery they can't resist. Write this affirmation in the comments below to declare your commitment to owning your mystery. Step into your power, embrace your complexity, and watch as they become drawn to you, one piece at a time. The more they try to figure you out, the more they'll crave the answers only you can give. If this video resonated with you and gave you powerful insights, show your support by liking it and subscribing to the channel. Your encouragement fuels our mission to help you master the art of attraction and create lasting magnetic connections. Number 4. Plant a seed in their mind. Have you ever wondered how a single fleeting moment or a carefully crafted phrase can quietly take root in someone's mind, growing into something that occupies their every thought? This is the art of planting a seed, a subtle, almost imperceptible act that, over time, blossoms into an obsession they can't shake. It's not about forcing yourself into their thoughts. It's about gently embedding yourself into their subconscious, letting their own mind do the work for you. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The same holds true here. Planting a seed isn't about exerting control over someone's thoughts. It's about offering a thought, a moment, or an emotion that they will choose to nurture and develop on their own. This is influence at its most refined. Subtle, unassuming, yet profoundly impactful. The power of subtlety. Imagine you're in a lush, untended garden. Each word you speak, each gesture you make, is like scattering seeds onto fertile soil. Not every seed will take root, but those that resonate, those that carry weight, will slowly start to grow. Over time, those seeds become towering trees that can no longer be ignored. Your aim is to plant something in their mind so meaningful, so intrinsically tied to you, that it becomes an indelible part of their internal world. The key to planting this seed is evoking emotion. People don't obsess over the ordinary, they obsess over the extraordinary, the moments that stir something deeper inside them. Think about it. A compliment that feels like it's seen into their soul, a shared experience that feels rare and profound. These are the seeds you plant. For example, instead of simply saying, "You're so beautiful," say something like, "The way you get lost in your thoughts when you're passionate about something, it's captivating. It's like watching someone unravel the universe." It's not just a compliment. It's a moment that lingers, a thought they'll replay in their mind over and over. Crafting a melody of thoughts. Planting a seed in their mind is like creating a melody. The best songs are often the simplest ones. They don't need to be loud or complex to make an impact. They just need to strike the right chord. In the same way, your words and actions should be simple yet resonant. When you choose your moments carefully, they will find themselves humming the tune of your presence long after you've left. They won't know why it feels so familiar, so necessary, but they'll know they can't stop thinking about it. Metaphorically, it's like leaving footprints in wet cement. At first, they may seem insignificant, easy to overlook. But as time passes, those impressions harden. The thoughts you've planted grow, and before they know it, your presence is permanently etched into their mind. They may not even realize when it happened, but one day they'll find themselves circling back to you, unable to shake the feeling that something about you is unforgettable. The quiet strength of restraint. The art of planting a seed is all about subtlety. This isn't about overwhelming them with constant attention or grand gestures. In fact, it's the quiet moments, the lingering gaze, the unexpected compliment, the thoughtful silence that hold the most power. Like a skilled gardener, you don't flood the soil with too much. You water it gently, letting time and curiosity do the work for you. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you plant the right seed, you're coloring their thoughts with feelings tied to you, thoughts they can't ignore. It's not manipulation, it's creating an authentic connection that they willingly carry with them. You become a part of their world, quietly and profoundly. Nurturing the growth. Here's the secret. You're not forcing anything. You're offering a gift, a moment, an impression, a thought, and allowing them to choose whether to nurture it. If the seed takes root, it's because it resonates with them on a deeper level. Your role is to make that seed so meaningful that they can't help but want to see it grow. And the beauty of this approach is that you don't have to be there, constantly reminding them of your presence. Once you've planted the seed, it grows on its own. It will take root in the quiet spaces of their mind and blossom into something powerful. The more they think about you, the more they'll find themselves obsessed with what you've left behind. Becoming unforgettable. By mastering the art of planting a seed in their mind, you transform yourself from someone they know into someone they can't stop thinking about. You become the quiet echo in their thoughts, the thought that lingers even when they try to push it away. This isn't just about leaving an impression. It's about leaving an imprint they can't shake, one that grows and evolves long after you've left. This subtle power doesn't come from grand gestures, but from creating something meaningful, something they're willing to nurture. And in doing so, you become unforgettable. Affirmation. I am the thought they can't let go, the seed that grows in their mind. Write this affirmation in the comments to affirm your commitment to mastering the quiet, powerful art of planting a seed. Remember, the most powerful transformations often happen quietly, like seeds taking root beneath the surface. Start planting now and watch as their obsession blooms. Number 5. Speak the language of their heart. Have you ever noticed how certain people seem to connect with others effortlessly, as if they possess the secret key to their heart? It's not magic, it's a skill. They are speaking a language that goes beyond words, a dialect that bypasses the mind and speaks directly to the soul. The truth is, to truly captivate someone and make them think about you non-stop, you must learn how to speak the language of their heart, the rhythm of their desires, fears, and deepest longings. As the philosopher Seneca wisely said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. In relationships, many people feel invisible, misunderstood, or disconnected because they are only seen on the surface, while their deeper emotional currents remain unnoticed. The art of connection is about stepping into their world, not just hearing their words, but understanding the feelings that lie behind them. It's about hearing the whispers of their heart, the key to their soul. Imagine you have a key that unlocks the chest of their most sacred, hidden treasures. This key is your ability to truly listen. It's the delicate art of noticing the subtle signs, the small details, the way their eyes light up when they talk about their dreams, the quiver in their voice when they share a fear, or the pause when they reveal something personal. These are the threads that weave the fabric of their emotional world, and when you can read these nuances, you can speak directly to their core. Speaking their heart's language means tuning into their emotional rhythm. Some people thrive on affection and reassurance, while others crave challenge and excitement. Some are drawn to soft, tender moments of connection, while others burn with passion and intensity. By learning to recognize and sync with their unique emotional beat, you become the one person who understands them in a way no one else can. Creating an emotional frequency. This isn't manipulation, it's true connection. It's about understanding and meeting their emotional needs in a way that no one else has ever done. Think of it like tuning into a radio frequency. If you're off, the signal is static, unclear, and frustrating. But when you match their wavelength, the connection becomes sharp, clear, and effortless. You begin to speak their heart's language, and in doing so, you become the voice they've been searching for, the one person who gets them, who resonates with their true self. When you speak the language of their heart, you aren't just someone they like. You're the person they feel aligned with, the one who makes them feel truly seen and understood. In a world filled with noise, you become the clear, beautiful signal they've been craving. The connection isn't just casual, it's magnetic, it's irresistible. The subtle power of emotional alignment. To truly master this art, it requires more than just active listening. It requires emotional intelligence. It's about creating a space where their emotions feel validated and understood. Think of it as building an emotional sanctuary around them. You don't need to overwhelm them with words. Sometimes it's the silent moments, the gentle touch, the knowing glance, the quiet support that speak the loudest. When you align with their emotional needs, you make them feel safe and valued, and that is the key to becoming unforgettable. Start by observing. Pay attention not only to what they say, but to how they feel and what they don't say. What makes their eyes soften? When do they laugh without hesitation? What makes their voice drop when they speak? These are the cues you need to decode their emotional language. Become the person who listens with their heart, who speaks the words they didn't know they needed to hear. Affirmation. I am the voice that speaks to their heart, the presence they can't ignore. Write this affirmation in the comments to commit to mastering the language of emotional connection. By speaking the language of their heart, you'll create a bond so deep, so magnetic, that they'll find themselves drawn to you in ways they can't explain. Become the voice they crave, the connection they can't resist. If this video spoke to you and helped unlock new insights, show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Your support fuels our passion to keep delivering content that empowers you to become the best version of yourself. Thank you for being part of this journey. Number 6. Leave a trace, not a trail. Have you ever experienced the way a single, fleeting moment can echo in your mind long after it's passed? A soft whisper of someone's voice, the lingering scent of perfume, or a brief touch that seems to stay with you for hours. That's the magic of subtlety. It's not about leaving a trail for someone to follow. It's about leaving a trace so delicate and tantalizing that they're drawn to you without even realizing why. The power of absence, after all, is often greater than the power of presence. In the world of attraction, less truly is more. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If you leave too much behind, you risk becoming part of the scenery, predictable and forgettable. But if you leave just a trace, an impression so faint, so compelling, they won't be able to stop thinking about you. You become a riddle they can't solve, a memory they can't quite grasp, and that's where your true power lies. The art of subtle influence. Imagine walking through a misty, moonlit forest. Instead of leaving a clear, defined path, you scatter tiny hints of your presence. A lone footprint in the mud, the sweet fragrance of jasmine carried by the wind, a faint laugh that echoes into the night. These traces are not enough to lead them directly to you, but they're enough to haunt their thoughts. They will wander, wondering, searching for the source of that mysterious allure. This is what it means to leave a trace, not a trail, in the realm of attraction. The key is balance. When you're with them, be fully present, make every moment count, and let your words and actions have a resonance that's uniquely yours. Create moments that are so vivid, so meaningful, that they feel exclusive to the two of you. But then, as quickly as you appeared, retreat. Don't linger too long. Don't overstay your welcome. Let your absence speak volumes. Their mind will begin to replay your interactions, amplifying the significance of what you shared, turning ordinary moments into something extraordinary. Think of your presence like a shadow in the twilight, not fully tangible but always felt. And when you're gone, your absence isn't empty. It's a canvas that their mind fills with thoughts of you. The more they try to fill that space, the more they will crave your return. The power of scarcity. When you leave just a trace, you awaken the desire to chase. You become the treasure that feels just out of reach, the mystery that lingers in their thoughts. You're not just a presence in their life. You're an idea, a sensation, a longing that grows with every passing day. The more scarce you are, the more they will want you. It's not about playing games or manipulating emotions. It's about understanding the power of emotional resonance and the magnetic allure of what feels rare. People crave what feels elusive. They want what they can't have, or at least can't fully grasp. By leaving a trace, you give them the gift of longing, an emotional hunger that grows with each passing day. They'll find themselves thinking about you, revisiting your moments together, and wondering when they'll see you again. Mastering the trace. The secret to this approach is emotional resonance, the ability to create moments that feel both significant and fleeting. It's about leaving just enough behind to spark their curiosity, but never enough to satisfy it. You want them to be so captivated by your absence that they can't stop thinking about you, wondering when you'll return, and imagining the next moment they'll share with you. Affirmation. I leave a trace so irresistible, they can't help but follow it in their mind. Write this affirmation in the comments to commit to mastering the art of subtlety. By embracing the power of leaving a trace, you'll become the memory they can't forget, the presence they can't resist. Watch as your absence becomes the most beautiful and magnetic part of their world. Number 7. Be their reflection and their dream. Have you ever met someone who seemed to reflect everything you've ever wanted? Your passions, your values, even the dreams you've yet to articulate. Imagine becoming that for someone else, the mirror that shows them their deepest desires, while simultaneously igniting the vision of who they could become. You are not just a person they know, you are the embodiment of their most intimate dreams and the catalyst for the person they are striving to be. To make someone completely captivated by you, you must learn to balance familiarity with awe-inspiring possibility. You need to become both a reflection of who they are and a vision of who they could become. As Carl Jung so profoundly said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. This isn't just about connection, it's about creating a magnetic force, an alchemy of emotions that leaves them changed and craving more. The mirror of self. To truly be their reflection, you must master the art of observation. Listen to them deeply. Pay attention to their desires, their fears, their aspirations. What lights them up? What do they hesitate to say out loud? People are drawn to those who make them feel understood, validated, and seen, especially when no one else has noticed the details that matter most. When you reflect their strengths, their values, and their core essence, they'll experience a resonance with you that feels both natural and undeniable. You become the person they never knew they were missing, the one who mirrors their soul with precision and warmth. But here's the key. Being their reflection doesn't mean losing your individuality. It's about aligning with their inner world in a way that feels effortless, yet deeply connected. It's about showing them that you understand them, not just on the surface, but at their core, and that recognition alone will create an unspoken bond that they'll be powerless to break. Becoming the dream. However, your role doesn't stop with reflection. This is where the magic happens. You must also become the dream they never dared to dream. You need to ignite their aspirations, spark their courage, and show them possibilities they hadn't yet considered. When you encourage them to chase their goals, stand by them in moments of self-doubt, and inspire them to step beyond their comfort zones, you become more than just a companion. You become a vital force in their growth. You are the one who elevates them to higher heights, who sees their potential even when they can't. Imagine this dynamic as a mirror framed in gold. The mirror reflects who they are, giving them clarity and comfort. But the golden frame, that's you, the possibilities, the dreams, the untapped potential you bring into their life. The combination of being both a reflection and a dream fuels a magnetic pull that they can't resist. You're the one who knows their soul and inspires their spirit, creating a rare and irreplaceable bond that they'll never forget. The power of duality. When you master the art of being both their reflection and their dream, you don't just become a part of their life, you become a destination. You are the one who sees them at their core, acknowledges their deepest desires,